on Sports Central tonight. Ends in a tie. Sri Lanka holds Maldives to a 1-all draw in the second leg of the South Asia Super Cup football encounter. However, the Maldivians took home the trophy with a 4-1 win on aggregate. Opening clash. Afghanistan eased past Hong Kong, winning by 94 runs in the opener of the 2025 Asia Cup at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi.
What noise, and there is celebration, and finally the finger goes up.
Skippers comment. India captain and his counterpart states that they will not tell their teammates to temper aggression when the arch rivals clash in a geopolitical charged Asia Cup context in Dubai this coming Sunday.
Aggression is always there on the field when we take the field, and without aggression I don't think you can play the sport.
Everyone is individually very different. If someone wants to be aggressive in the field, they're more than welcome.
And shocking loss. Bolivia shocks Brazil, securing a spot in the Intercontinental Playoff for the next year's World Cup after a sensational 1-0 victory over the elite nation.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to other Derana Sports Central. Well, as always, we have a lot to cover up, and we start off with the South Asia Super Cup where Sri Lanka faced Maldives. Sri Lanka were able to hold Maldives to a 1-all draw in the second leg of the South Asia Super Cup football encounter at Reed Avenue last evening. Well, however, the Maldivians took home the trophy with a 4-1 win on aggregate.
The second leg of the inaugural South Asia Super Cup between Sri Lanka and the Maldives was played at the racecourse grounds in Reed Avenue. Both teams played some interesting football in the first half, although none was able to breach the defences and score. However, the Maldivians netted the first goal of the match in the 65th minute to take a 1-0 lead. Although the visitors were in a victorious mood, Sri Lanka's Oliver Kellard lifted the spirit of the home team with an extra time goal to level the scoreline. The scores remained at 1-1 at the final whistle. However, the visitors, who won the first leg with 3-0, took home the trophy with an aggregate of 4-1.
On to women's cricket now, the Sri Lankan cricket selection panel has named a 15-member squad to participate in the ICC Women's World Cup 2025. The Women's World Cup will be played in India and Sri Lanka from the 30th of September to the 2nd of November. Sri Lanka will start the campaign on the 30th of September when they take on India at Guwahati in the tournament's curtain raiser. The squad of Sri Lanka is captained by Shamari Atapattu along with Hasini Pereira, Vishmi Gunaratna, Harshita Samaravikrama, Kavisha Dilhari, Nilakshi De Silva, Anushka Sanjeevani, Imesha Dulani, Deumi Vihanga, Pyumi Vatsala, Inoka Ranavira, Sugandhika Kumari, Uteshika Prabodhani, Malki Madara and Ashini Kulasurya. West Indies under-19 defeated Sri Lanka under-19 by 2 wickets in the 5th match of the Youth ODI series in Antigua yesterday. Well, with this win, the home team led the 7-match series 3 matches to 2. The Windies under-19 won the toss and opted to field first in their 5th Youth ODI against Sri Lanka under-19 played at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. The home team was able to restrict the visitors 172 runs in 48 overs. Divanta Mahavithana top scored with 38 runs while Chamika Heednetigala made 36. Arian Raja was the pick of the Windies under-19 bowlers, capturing 3 wickets for 37 runs. The home team were given a torrid time by the Sri Lankan bowlers, but they were able to reach the target of 173 with 2 wickets in hand. Yasino Fontaine was the highest scorer for the Windies under-19 with 48 runs. In bowling for Sri Lanka under-19, Vigneshwaran Akash bagged 4 wickets while Chamika Heednetigala, Kavija Gamage and Rasid Nimsara captured 1 wicket each. Let's get you up to date with the schools cricket now. Royal College Colombo and St. Sebastian's College Moratuwa emerged as the joint champions of the school's under-19 Division 1 Tier A as the finals ended in a draw at the Pisara Oval in Colombo today. Interestingly, both teams scored 201 runs each in their first innings respectively. Royal College Colombo began their second innings on the third day's morning with 14 for no loss. The openers Rehan Pires and Hirun Lianarachi added 107 runs for the first wicket. Rehan top scored with 65 runs while Hirun made 47 runs. Dushenu Duvala made 45. In bowling, for Sebastians, Malinta Silva bagged 5 wickets for 56 runs. The two teams decided to shake hands and end the game in a draw when the Royalists were on 259 for 9 in their second innings. Accordingly, Royal and St. Sebastians emerged as joint champions of the school's Under-19 Division 1 Tier A for the 2024-25 season. Updates from the Sri Lanka Junior Badminton Nationals. Now St. Joseph's College Maradana and Muses College Colombo won the Boys and Girls Championships respectively at the 53rd Junior National Badminton Championship, which ended in Colombo last evening.
The finals of the 53rd Junior National Badminton Championship, conducted by the Sri Lanka Schools Badminton Association, was held at the St. Joseph's Indoor Stadium in Maradana. St. Joseph's, with 39 points, emerged the winners of the boys category of the Junior National Badminton Championship, while Lyceum International School, with 23 points, were the runners-up. Meanwhile, Joseph Vaz College Vennapur won the third place with 19 points. In the girls category, Muses College, with 38.5 points, won the championship. Matarasa Jatha Vidyalaya won the second place, while Lyceum International School Nugegoda placed third. The final round of the 53rd Junior National Badminton Championship was held in 5 different venues in Colombo. More than 1,000 junior badminton players took part in this year's championship.
Let's take a quick commercial break. More updates coming right after this. You're watching Other Derana Sports Central. Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central. Let's get you update with the 2025 Asia Cup now. Afghanistan is past Hong Kong, winning by 94 runs in the opener of the 2025 Asia Cup at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi last night. Afghanistan, who won the toss and opted to bat first, totaled 188 for 6 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Opener Siddiqullah Athal held the innings together with an unbeaten 73, while Amsatullah Umar Sai scored 53. They added 82 runs for the 5th wicket in almost 6 overs.
This time it's short, and this time he's got hold of it. That has been smashed out of the ground. Into the offside. He wants the second run because that'll bring up his 50. Third T20I 50 of just 41 deliveries. He just anchored the innings well at the top of the order.
Slow through the air, waited for it, he's got all of it.
It's a long way across and he heaves this leg side, long way back too. He goes again, this time a lot straighter in the gap.
Kinshit Shah was the pick of the bowlers for Hong Kong with 2 wickets for 24 runs.
That is bowled. He does. What a start for him. And he's got the big one. That's Mohammad Nabi.
Yes. Sky. It is no pace, so it's just gone straight up in the air. Captain takes the catch. Kinshit with that slow pace. He gets a wicket.
Chasing 189 to win, the Hong Kong batters struggle against most seasoned Afghan bowling attack. They managed only 94 for 9 in their allotted 20 overs.
To the leg side. Chance. Oh, lovely. Brilliant catch. For once they've held on. And Rashid Khan can smile.
Babar Hayat scored 39 runs for Hong Kong, while Fasal Haq Farooqi and Gulabdin Naib captured 2 wickets each.
They were down to be hurt. Well, massive win for Afghanistan by 94 runs, 94 for 9. Hong Kong China end with. Job well done. Just a few boxes to tick off, and you hope that the team, especially their batting, clicks into gear.
Meanwhile, India captain Suryakumar Yadav and his Pakistan counterpart Salman Agha stated that they will not tell their teammates to temper aggression when the arch rivals clash in a geopolitically charged Asia Cup contest in Dubai this coming Sunday.
It will be the first cricket match between the sides since 4 days of military conflict between the nuclear-armed neighbours in May this year. While players from both sides have shared cordial relations over the years despite geopolitical realities, both the captains were asked if they would instruct their players to dial down their aggression considering the larger context. A relaxed-looking Suryakumar said at the captain's pre-tournament media interaction yesterday that aggression is always there when they take the field. He added that without aggression, they don't think they can play the sport and that he is really excited to take the field.
Aggression is always there on the field when we take the field, and without aggression I don't think you can play this sport, and I'm sure I'm very excited to take the field from tomorrow.
Opposite number Salman also found it unnecessary to try and curb a player's natural aggression as long as it did not spill over the game's confines. He said that they don't need to say anything to any player because every individual is different.
You don't need to say anything to any player because everyone is individually very different. If someone wants to be aggressive in the field, they're more than welcome to do that. So when it's come to fast bowlers, they are always aggressive, and you can't just stop them because that's what keep them going. So whoever wants to be aggressive in the field, they are more than welcome. So yeah, from my side, there is no instruction to anyone as long as it stays in the ground.
Moving to the Formula 1 circuit now, the FIA has confirmed that Williams' appeal against Carlos Sainz's controversial Dutch Grand Prix penalty will be heard this Friday. Sainz was penalised for causing a collision with Red Bull's racing driver Liam Lawson after attempting on an overtake at Sandwood on August 31st. The stewards gave Sainz a 10-second penalty and 2 penalty points off his super license, with Sainz declaring a decision a complete joke after the race. The stewards said Sainz's front of axle was not ahead of Lawson's, which meant the Racing Bull's driver had the right to be in the corner. Therefore, Sainz was wholly or predominantly to blame. Sainz finished the 13th Sandwood, and although his 10-second time penalty cannot be reversed, his 2 penalty points can. The hearing will be held virtually this Friday, with Williams first needing to convince the stewards that there is a significant and relevant new element which was unavailable to parties seeking the review at the time of the decision concerned. In the event that stewards accept Williams met that threshold, the hearing will advance to a second part in which the stewards will assess the new element and reconsider their original decision. Meanwhile, German sportswear maker Adidas will become the apparel partner of the Audi Formula 1 team from next year in a multi-year partnership. Audi announced this today.
Swiss-based Sauber are becoming the factory Audi team in 2026 when Formula 1 starts a new engine era with major rule changes and an 11th team on the grid with the arrival of Cadillac. CEO of Adidas stated that they are very proud to partner with the future Audi F1 team and support their debut into the highest level of competition for the sport. Audi and Adidas, who are also knit suppliers to the Mercedes Formula 1 team, will jointly release a product line featuring apparel, footwear and accessories before the beginning of the 2026 season. Chairman of the Volkswagen-owned Audi said in a statement that their partnership in Formula 1 goes far beyond the pursuit of innovation and peak performance, and that it combines the strengths and visions of 2 progressive brands. Currently, Sauber are 8th in line in the 10-team standings.
Well, let's head into a quick commercial break. Many updates from the 2026 FIFA World Cup coming right after this. You are watching Derana Sports Central. Welcome back to Derana Sports Central. Let's get you updates from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Tickets for the 2026 World Cup go on sale today with less than a year until the tournament kicks off in Mexico City. Tickets will be released in phases, with today marking the opening of the first draw application window. FIFA said dynamic pricing will be in operation during the first phase, with fans paying different prices according to market demand. They also said that it's open to qualifying Visa card holders, and tickets for group stage matches will start at $60, with pricing for later stages including the final reaching up to $6,730. The World Cup begins on the 11th of June with the final taking place in New Jersey on the 19th of July. 6.5 million fans are expected to attend the tournament, which will be the biggest World Cup in history, with 48 teams and 104 matches across Mexico, Canada and the United States. The draw for the tournament will be taking place on the 5th of December at the Kennedy Center. Moving to the 2026 World Cup qualifiers now, Bolivia shocked Brazil 1-0 to secure a spot in the Intercontinental Playoffs for the next year's World Cup, while Argentina suffered a 1-0 defeat by Ecuador in the final round of the South America's 2026 qualifiers last night.
Bolivia's Miguel Terceros converted a penalty in the first half stoppage time to secure the home win over five-time World Cup winners Brazil in La Paz, a result which saw Carlo Ancelotti's side drop to fifth in the standings. Bolivia will be joined in the playoffs by two teams from CONCACAF as well as one each from the African, Asian and Oceania confederations in the hunt for two places at the World Cup in Canada, Mexico and the United States. The playoffs will take place in Monterrey and Guadalajara in March. Meanwhile, Ecuador and reigning champions Argentina had already qualified for the World Cup. There was no shortage of intensity in their match in Guayaquil. Argentina's Nicolas Otamendi was sent off in the 31st minute and the hosts capitalized on their numerical advantage when Ener Valencia scored a penalty in first half stoppage time. Ecuador was also reduced to 10 men when Moises Caicedo was dismissed in the 50th minute, but they held firm to claim the 1-0 victory and go second in the table. Argentina star Lionel Messi, who played his last official match at home last Thursday, did not suit up. Despite the loss, Argentina retained top spot in the standings with 39 points, 9 ahead of Ecuador.
Moreover, England delivered the finest performance of head coach Thomas Tuchel's reign as they took a giant stride towards World Cup qualification by outclassing Serbia in Belgrade.
In a game regarded as the toughest test Tuchel has faced since taking charge, England was superb from the start. This win meaning they now need 5 points from their final 3 games to reach next summer's showpiece. England took 33 minutes to make their domination count, the goal coming from the most familiar source as captain Harry Kane headed home Declan Rice's corner for his 74th goal in 109 internationals. Arsenal's Noni Madueke scored his first England goal 2 minutes later with a pacey run and fine finish past Serbia goalkeeper Đorđe Petrovic, a moment which had Tuchel pumping his fists in delight in the technical area.
For England, his first international goal. It was Anderson into Rodgers, the flick finding Noni Madueke. Calm, quick, composed. And
Serbia's plight worsened when their captain Nottingham Forest defender Nikola Milenkovic was sent off for a poor challenge on Kane, which left the striker requiring treatment. The punishment was instant as Mark Guehi got on the end of the resulting free kick from Rice to add England's 4th goal with 15 minutes left. It got even better for England in the final minute when substitute Marcus Rashford scored from the spot after Ollie Watkins was fouled by Strahinja Erakovic. It completed Tuchel's most satisfying night since he succeeded Gareth Southgate, the platform now solidly assembled for England to make a smooth passage to the World Cup.
this time it is the final whistle. Superb performance from England on the road, the toughest match of the group on paper. Serbia brushed aside by Thomas Tuchel's team. 2 goals in quick succession in the first half through Harry Kane and Noni Madueke.
Well, with that, we wrap up today's edition of Other Derana Sports Central. Stay tuned as we bring you more highlights on the home turf and around the globe. Well, with that, then, it's Vinod Varnasuriya signing off for this Wednesday. Have a very good night.